Hello everybody, and welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT Livestream, where today we are going to be playing through part 1 of Rhygar, which we played part 2 of a year ago, since it was, since it was one of those patron poll suggestions. This time I just cheated and put it on there myself, because what the heck, I don't want to play part 2 of a game and then never play part 1. Thank you for the bits. This is a famous ZZT RPG. This is specifically Rhygar 1 Plus, which is a cleaned up re-release. Somehow, despite this being like a very notable RPG series, we don't have a copy of the original game. It's just the Plus version. Well, it's got a text file, and I think we're actually going to take a look at that, because the text file has some great information. For Rhygar Part 1, The Search. For time flows like a river, and history repeats, so says Secret of Mana. If you want to know what kind of games were influencing this, that's your answer. But this is a game that's attempting to tell a grand story. We're even getting some little framing here. Court historian to Regian-born Baron of Dock, a largely ceremonial title, known in my position as studied history for over 500 years, I'm able to ferret out much of the history behind what has happened recently in our lands, during my time, in fact. However, I am over 90 now, and that time is growing short. To this end, I have decided to chronicle my involvement in what many are calling the Serpent War. This involvement goes very little into the actual events, rather it stems mainly from the fact that I had contact with the, quote, pivotal player, shall we say, in these events, a young man named Rhygar. I met him on his journeys, and I'd like to think I even helped him out a bit, although whether history will notice me remains to be seen. His story is one of tragedy and sorrow, but it is also one of a true love that remains steadfast. It is one of great evil and maliciousness, but it is also one of heroism and courage that knew no bounds. What began on an island in Serpent's Way and ended when... But I digress. I do tend to get ahead of myself. Whatever may remain to be told in the future, I truly doubt that any human events could ever equal the majesty of this tale. So, that's just putting it all on the line here. This is the greatest story ever told. And we're in for it. It goes on. This is an RPG with, the usual ZZT RPG battles and the alternating character approach for melee combat. Sometimes it's safe to touch enemies, other times you'll get hurt if you do that, and you're supposed to pay attention to their character to decide when it's safe and when it's not. You get a little overview of some enemies. Brigands, hooligans, thieves, terrible swordsmen, snakes, serpent troops, the mysterious skull men who have no description. There's quite a bit on the RPG mode. There's a whole lot here, really. This is just an ambitious game. A lot to it. I mean, if you register, look at this. Register, and you get the Fabulian Companion, the Making of Rhygar, the Bongo Soft ZZT Catalog, Rhygar 2 Demo, a map of Fabulina, the Rhygar Strategy Guide, and City of the Stupid Off Yellow Edition. And all you have to do is send an email. It's perfect. Like I was saying though, this is Rhygar Plus. Version 2.0 here. Minor retooling. Changing the company labels. Prove the plot. Be on the lookout for Rhygar 2 Leaps of Faith, which we did see a year ago. That's it for now. Rhygar and all related stuff are copyright 1997 ESI and Bongo. Remember, if you swipe any boards or characters, as we had one ugly incident of, death will come with sharp, pointy teeth. So please don't steal from Rhygar. Please. It's also one of those games that just goes right to it with a title screen animation. I haven't played any of this. I did not look at it pretty much whatsoever. It's going to be a grand story. That's what we're here for. That's what we're going to get. Compared to Chrono Wars, yeah, that's probably an apt comparison. I guess it's the fantasy equivalent. It's a lot shorter though. It's still long, and that it's intended to be a trilogy, but Part 3 never actually happened. There's only a demo for that. But let's unpause this and learn a thing or two about the world of Rhygar. Serpent's Way. Meeting place of the Wizards' Council. 3 days ago. Meeting of the Council shall come to order. I propose we discuss the rogue sorcerers. Orion and Corey cannot be allowed to speak of our experiments to anyone. I know, but the murder of any former member of this council is deeply disturbing. Are we not almost on the verge of this great breakthrough? The king will know of this then, at any rate. The rogues are of no concern at this time. But they may attempt to rally forces against us when we have come so close. I don't want to hear about it. We must get on to other business. So it just jumps right in. No idea what any of this is about. It is almost certainly named for the NES and arcade Rhygar without the H. It's just... Alternatively, it's named after rye bread, one or the other. Oh, there's somebody. Sirs, they are here. And the day we have dreaded is here at last. Hurry, hold them off. Of course, sir. Shall we do? We don't have the power to fight. I agree, sir. The evil force is too great for us. We have no time to debate this. Hurry, all of you. Assume fighting positions. These wizards have trained for this. Uh-oh. You foolish wizards, why haven't you realized yet? You can never defeat me. This is some very quick text. Whoever this is. Oh, that's a shrill... Wow, okay. Oh, goodness. Wow, bad. Sorry. That is hitting the high notes. I hope that doesn't play again. Alright. I'm sorry this was a Friday stream, because I'm sure by this time of day we're all awake. But if you weren't, you are now. So the wizards are dead. Don't know what that means. I guess we're going to be searching for them. Here we are. We're Rhygar. My name is Rhygar, and this is my tale. I've been journeying for 5 years in the world, and my fame had spread in foreign parts. This is fun, because when I played part 2, I didn't know anything. So I didn't realize Rhygar was just wandering around for quite a while. For a time, I returned to my homelands, Fabuliana. When the uncanny events began, I had stopped briefly in an orchard just outside the Fabuli border, with Axan, the capital of Fabuliana. That's such a hard word to say. Fabuliana, in a day's journey. This is some, like, peak I have just discovered SDK graphics. It's just perfect, solid colors of whatever is now needed. These wonderful apple trees with their rectangular apples or other fruit. Hello, good sir. You are Rhygar, are you not? Please, wouldn't you like to have your fortune told? From what I remember of the second, I think Rhygar is totally the type to go for this. Yes, please. Alright, let's go. The hut was small, yet very tidy for this part of the Mudgol wildlands. The fortune teller had strangely disappeared. I decided that I should stay. And yet there was something about the hut, some strange, mysterious undercurrent of energy that I couldn't entirely grasp. Please enter the portal to learn your destiny. So it is a very muddy looking game. Some very simple graphics, but just with STK colors added. Saw many strange things that night. A falling tree, a palace floating on a chunk of ice, a stone in which the hopes of all free people rested, a man-made wing, faster than I could even comprehend, a clock turning backwards, and the flash of a glowing blade. Are you interested yet? Are you intrigued? Have you been taken in by the epic tale of Rhygar? But in all, the most terrifying thing I saw was the tower. An unearthly energy hummed around it, and then a cry split the dreamscape, a rift, a rend. I was falling, falling. And the cruel laugh caught me, woke me, and I remembered. Flashy little tower. Whoa. Is it? Oh, Lord. There we go. I caught it, and it flashed and faded. And I realized, like I never realized anything in my life, that this is the place where I belong. Are we gonna get a high note? I think we're probably gonna. Brace yourselves. Adjust your volume now. I don't think that was as bad. That was still not great music. This is our lovely real title screen here. Alright, I'm gonna enable blinking back. Oh! And there goes the fortune teller's hut. I woke from the dream outside the hut, but something was wrong. The hut lay in ruins and had obviously been abandoned for a long time. I stood there wondering, the memory of the dream cut through me like a knife. Shivering, I decided not to linger here for long. Axon Town was not far to the north. Just in case, though, I drew my sword. Better safe than sorry, I told myself. Okay, so Rhygar had an experience. Oh. Hello there, friend. Going to Axon? If you are, you'll need my advice. When sword fighting, you can slash an enemy by running into them. If they are attacking them, though, you'll be hit instead. Be careful. Also, that big guy at the top of the woods looks dangerous. Be careful. Bye-bye now. Alright, our helpful little tutorial. So, when they're closed, we can stab them, and I guess they bleed green. Maybe they're the orcs. There were orcs in the manual. And when they are open-faced smileys, they will hurt us instead. This kind of system isn't bad per se. It's just pretty avoidable. Is there any benefit? I see we have some gems and points. Yeah, okay. So there's at least something to motivate us to actually fight everybody. And this is actually a bit nicer in that a lot of these make it very difficult to tell which is the attacking character because it switches so fast. Here, these things are just like actually stopping in place, making it very clear. You can actually tell whether or not you should be attacking. Oh, I see. We have to get past the lumberjack. King of the Woods! Not what I was expecting here for this epic tale. Thank you for the sub, Green Herring. Let's see here. They just go around? I don't have... Ah, okay. Just gotta give him a good stabbing. Watch out for the spinning guns of the woods. Well, I guess there's more to it. Just attack the trunk. Oh, well, okay, I should've... I really wasn't expecting this. Kind of giant boss. It's always a tree. Go for the eyes. My precious tree! Oh, this is some powerful music in this game. Well, this is looking a little nicer now. After I defeated Lumberjack, the path turned to one I knew well. It was the underpass to Axon, going partially under Mudgole Bay. I was almost there, but something seemed different. I passed it off as a reaction to the strange dream and continued on the road to Axon. So this guy is dated 1997. It's this sort of like in-between thing. It really wants to be like what I think of when I think of ZZT RPGs, but we're still picking up gems and dodging bullets and stabbing trees. But then you get boards like this, which look pretty nice. Apologies if y'all can hear the dog outside that is apparently unhappy. Finally, I had arrived back at Axan, capital of the kingdom of Fabuliana, city of 1,000 people, headquarters of the Silver Guild, and my home. It had been 5 long years since I returned. Would it have stayed the same? Would the king still be in command of the throne? Would Moxel still be here? Or would he have gone off on one of his famed expeditions to the far corners of the lands? This I did not know, but I entered the halls of Axan, determined to find out. And this game is suffering from not putting the player on a fake wall, so we just get these little empty spots. But I like these castle walls. Okay, now it's just classic ZZT town. Well, 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 if it isn't Rhygar. Man, I hope I would get a better reaction if I showed up in town for the first time in 5 years and was instantly recognized. We keep the town inside the fortress walls. It's much easier that way, isn't it? Oh wait, it's you, Rhygar. I didn't need to tell you. This guy's great. Axan Castle, the West Gate, there's a library. You know, we gotta check that out. The shop of a Moxel Cutter. I guess we'll find out if a Moxel's around. I entered the shop, a wave of memory washed over me. I should say, all I really remember of part 2 is there was a romance subplot, and I remember a couple characters' names. And I think there was like some sort of coup by accusing somebody of being a traitor and taking command. So, see how exciting this one gets. It used to be stock, boys. Together we planned to leave Axan and journey the world over. Unfortunately, life got in the way. And Moxel never left on the journey to the furthest corners of the globe. Oh, well, I guess that resolves that. Well, I feel like I should talk. No, okay, I guess I do just go behind the counter. I used to work here. I'm allowed. Well, well, if it isn't Rhygar. How have you been, you old drifter? Pretty well, Moxel. You missed a great journey. Went out as far as the Lundy Ice Patch in Owangia. Oh, I love these names. That's the best part of this series. There's a lot of fantasy words. Really? But Rhygar, I may have even more important news. Don't want to discuss it here, though. Meet me in the castle kitchen at midnight, okay? Boy, I came home at just the right time. Wood shields. Wares. What's this gold sword? His personal sword, I see. I guess we can head to the library. This is a really underwhelming reception. Okay, what's happened in the past 5 years? Ask the king. Let's check. The dogs out there are having a time. Guide to the library. This scroll should help you explore this library. The books are sorted by color. Very old books are dark red, while newer works are many different colors. It's relevant. Thin thighs in 30 days. Alright, this is everybody's favorite part of ZZT libraries. Oh no. Ah, oh, there we go. This is a good book. Geography, ancient and modern. I believe that in ancient times that much more land existed on the surface of the world than is today. For example, the Lundy Ice Patch is now believed to be the remnants of a former island sunken beneath the sea. On another note, there are many mysteries of our own Fabuliana as well. For example, the northern Arogans Mountains show strange signs of scarring, as if struck by many bolts of lightning. It remains unexplained to this day. It was the 90s. People wanted their thighs thin in the 90s. Okay. Alright, okay, we have to close the door. Okay, let's learn some myths and legends. The vast forests of Mudgol. Many mysterious legends have sprung up dealing with the ancient people of Frost. Frost himself is a mythical character seen in many ancient texts and books, and is apparently a former king. Those whose regions seem to point to his castle being located in the land in the north of Axon, the Fabulian Islands. Frost is said to exhibit some type of strange energy, giving him the power to work seeming miracles. In reality, Frost was probably nothing more than a legend devised by the ancient people of Mudgol. Cool. Field Guide to the Creatures of Fabuliana. Lawless. These are evil men, roaming the hills and forests. Most are members of Lumberjack's gang. I like that fact that it's not a lumberjack, his name is Jack. Lumberjack. Orc. Half lizard, half pig. These creatures prefer the depth of the earth. They like to throw stones at enemies and fight with crude axes. Snakes. This is also, by the way, completely different from the text in the manual for these same enemies. These little critters can sap your strength rather quickly if they bite you. They're incredibly speedy. Mountain orcs, slightly slower, bulkier. Oh, that's it. Nothing about the skull, man. And also, I do like this kind of second floor here. Some fun geometry here. Yeah, a book of verse. The end of the Second Age, and the reckoning of years, and the ascension of the Fabuli. Goodness. I don't actually want to read this. Oh, okay, it's gonna be the poem. Now I'm down. When the people did fight, with grace and good might, the fear of the Serpentine was dread. But by Frost's good grace, the vile things displaced, and the dark lifted its head. But 'twas but a flash, with a boom and a dash, the land was enveloped in rock. And an end to the sin, by all Drakestone's whim, and the stone which from evil did block. Okay. How odd. It was as if it had been left there for me. But exactly what did it detail, and why did a shiver run down my spine when I heard that dreadful word, Drakestone? Darkstone. Close enough. So I have a feeling that a lot of this game is just going to be setting up a world. Oh, this is not the castle. Castle ahead. Let's try the other path, actually. Westgate, sure. What do we got? No admittance, by order of His Majesty the King. Okay, well. Can't go this way. I mean, presumably we still have, like, family here or something. Okay, they're not open. So we won't be staying at the inn yet. We've also got a not really fully connected world. There's nothing to the left here. But that's probably for the best. This is it's not actually 93 boards. This is, like, has a lot of STK boards imported rather than toolkits, but it's still a decent length game. Not as long as the second, though. We might get through this in one. I guess it all depends on just how much text there really is. Alright. Shop around for good deals so you don't get ripped off. Giggling man tells me to check out the bushes. Sure. Oh, wow, okay. I underestimated that man. Someone dropped some money. Check the plant for gems. Open market. Okay, 2 gems for a torch. We got our fortune told, and then when we finished that, the building was like actually in ruins. And then we showed up in a castle, or sorry, in the castle walls of our old town. And now we're gonna meet somebody in Moxel in the kitchen at midnight of the castle. And, ooh, 3 gems for grapes. That's gotta be a good deal. We've also just been warned to make sure to shop around for good deals. Oh, we can sell our blood in this game, finally. More games need this feature. Represent the Axum Blood Bank. You could ask me to consider selling some of your blood to us? We pay you, of course. 5 gems per visit. Let's go. I don't... For as detailed as this game wants to be, I don't trust it to have a very good game over message if you die from blood loss at the blood bank. But I would love to see one. Arnesco's Bookstore. Full inventory for 5 gems. You got it. More reading. Tourist Guide to Axon Market. For example, there are many fruit booths. Oh no! You should always attempt to find the best deal before you purchase anything. Some frontier towns, there is no market available, and you'll have to take what you can get. Are my grapes not a good deal? Gem Gatherer's Digest. Gems are money. You can find them in caverns. Gems seem to form much easier in the depths of the earth than anywhere else, and generally a lot can be found. This is not to say that gems aren't available anywhere else. Drop gems and other such things are readily available almost anywhere. This is the future that the DRM people want. It's the Divix of books. At night in towns, almost everything shuts down. Generally, only a few services remain open. Oh, I love that this book is titled Town Theories. Castles are always closed to help defend the king, and shop owners generally take this time to restock goods or relocate. Almost the only town services remaining open are libraries and meeting places. Now I'm actually curious if these are apples or bombs. We won't find out that way. 3 gems for an apple. Sure. General store. I can't believe I've been buying fruit when I could have been buying jerky. How much for the jerky, sir? 15 points for 10 gems. That was probably a ripoff. Oh, I do like this. A lot of these boards are just kind of blood filling their choice of fake walls. I like the little patches here and kind of shading for the border for this outer area where you can't walk anyway. Treasure Hunter's Shack. So if this is anything like the sequel, there was some weird, like, dungeon pseudo-minigame thing that wasn't really a minigame. It played differently, but you kind of had to for the purpose of the plot to get money. I'm curious if this is going to be the same thing. For 30 gems down, you can become a dungeon delver. It'll pay itself off more than 100 times over, believe you me. If you manage to reach the bottom level, you can find a treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Sorry, I bought grapes. I'll have to check that out later. Did I talk to the person on the carpet? I don't think I did. I feel like, actually, lineage-wise, this is probably the kind of thing that was influencing Interactive Fantasies' own kind of RPGs. This is very much one of their kind of town styles. Oh boy, okay. We had some very high-pitched and shrill music at the start, So, I'm just gonna say brace yourselves when I give this bard a gem to hear his latest melody. Fingers crossed. Oh my god. No, I'm shutting the sound off. You are a bad bard. What was that? You can listen to it as much as you like. In your own time. Everybody's excited that Rhygar's back in town. But not too excited. Home of the family born. Oh man, how big is this castle gonna be? What are these? Good food. That's... I thought they were like buckets or garbage cans. I guess this is the kitchen we're supposed to hang out in later. Yes. Wow, they were expecting me. Mr. Rhygar. At least somebody's giving me some respect here. Also, I thought we were royalty. That hasn't come up yet. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Check for gems. This is a guest room for a visiting dignitary. No one is allowed in. Is that like a sword and some wine in the closet? Oh, I like the roof. Yes, 5 years, 5 years. There we go. Okay, we do have family in town. Our dad is doing very well. I've been rather trying lately with the routes to Mudgol being blocked off by that rogue Lumberjack. Also, yeah, we fought a man named Lumberjack and we beat up his tree. I may have good news then. I drove Lumberjack out of the pass. He's moved on to some other area. Excellent. You must inform the king at once. So we're the hero of the people. There we go. Now we're gonna get some cool stories. Your Majesty, this cannot continue in this fashion. Doc was attacked only 2 days ago, and only the help of the Arogans militia can we defeat the invading armies. This mysterious nation must be stopped. My dear sir, this nation has many troubles of its own. For example, the lawless thieves on our border, the orcs prowling their Arogans mountains. Abuliana simply cannot help you at this time. Sir, we really cannot do much more to stop these invaders, and their leader is one of the most evil geniuses I have ever seen. Emperor Algar, they call him. He masterminded a brilliant strike that wiped out 30 of my finest men. We require some of your army for a time. No, Baron, I simply can do nothing more. The subject is closed. We shall speak of this more in the morning. You can be sure of that, Kingborn. And everybody just rips up the carpet in protest. Alright, it's me, Rhygar. I'm here. Ah, there we go. King Dad. You couldn't have picked a better time to return. My health is failing me, Rhygar. I'm planning to step down as king as soon as the Salgar business is over. And I believe it is time for you, Rhygar, to step into your birthright. What? You can't mean for me to become king. Is there no other father? What of my brother, Alan born? Rhygar and Alan. Alan died shortly after you began your journeys. Nobody told me this, huh? He was cut down by an orcish blade on a journey to Treetop. At least I recognize like all these names from the sequel, so I do like the consistency of this world. He'd always wanted to follow in your footsteps. Alan? Dead? My only brother? Was this true or merely a lie? My dad always lies to me about whether or not my brother is alive. I knew that it was true somehow, and why I felt little sorrow worried me. Alan and I had never been close, but still. I shook it off and confronted my father. You can't possibly be blaming me for Alan's death. I was away. I had to leave these halls. I had to see the world. And I have. I may have personally covered more territory than any human being has since ancient days. I have never wanted to rule this land, and I refuse to do it. Find somebody else as the heir. Uh-oh. There is no one else. Don't you see that in the 1,000 years since the Bourne family ascended the throne with General Rhine Bourne, that the other families have lost so much of their former glory? Why, if I was to choose someone from another house as the heir, there would be chaos in the streets. The people look up to you, Rhygar. In their eyes, no one else will ever be fit to rule. Also, yes, I remember making the treetop apple juice joke constantly in part 2. I'm sorry, Father, but I cannot become king. I don't know why entirely, but I simply cannot. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm leaving in the morning for a treetop. Bye. Afraid that's not possible. I will alert the guards. You can have free run of Axan. You cannot step beyond the city gates. You must take my place as the king. We shall discuss this in the morning. Good night, Rhygar. Of course, I had returned only to find myself trapped. But Moxel still had something to tell me in the kitchen at night. So I decided to go to the inn on the west side of the town to get some well-needed sleep. Okay, I guess... I don't know why we're going to the inn. Well, this is our family castle. We got a long walk here now, huh? We will go to bed so we can make it midnight so we can go to the kitchen. 10 gems, I can afford that. I did not buy too much jerky. Watch out, because you will soft lock your game if you spend all your money on jerky and grapes. Ah, okay. Nighttime. At night, I woke up at approximately midnight and headed for the castle to meet with the Moxel. Decided also that I should take care of any business I had in town before I left. I might not be back for a very, very long time. Buddy, there's not a lot of business you can get done at midnight. You read the book. I love the just flood-filled night grass. Everything else identical. Everyone else is asleep. Doors closed. Library open. Oh, the book is gone. Thin thighs in 30 days. Oh, guess we gotta go to the kitchen then. Oh wait, we can get some... We got a late night craving for jerky. Thank goodness. I gotta find... There we go, where the grass actually connects. Alright. What else we got besides good food? I guess we didn't actually, like, eat dinner, despite the head chef here being like, oh yeah, I'm totally making a big feast for Rhygar when he gets back. Okay. Moxel, what do you gotta tell us? What's going on? A delegate from Dock secretly revived the Silver Guild. Oh no. He's taking them to Dock to help him fight those creatures that have been infesting them. I've joined up with them. Oh, okay, so it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. I don't think that's wise. Those things were supposed to have raised an entire village in West Fabuliana in under 5 minutes. You may be walking into your own coffin. Stop being so morbid. He invited you along as well. We're pulling out tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, I hear you're stuck in town. Rhygar got grounded. We need to find a way to escape. Guards of the West Gate can be stopped by if you're careful not to make any noise. I've had to do it myself a number of times. Well, okay, we just gotta flee the town. I was banned from my own castle. King learns that you managed to enter the castle tonight, he'll probably restrict you further. Get out while you can. It may be your only hope. If you happen to venture into Mudgol, stop by Doc for a while, okay? Okay. Alright, so... sounds like this town is gonna get attacked eventually. And the only hope is to just run away. Quietly. Oh. Okay. I wasn't expecting that to push a sleeping man, but I guess that works. Warning, dense brush. Do not enter. Let's see, why aren't we allowed to go west? Oh, I saw a flicker of a cool-looking board. Walked all night and finally stood up here. I was on top of Mount Frost, overlooking Axan, when it struck me exactly how small this place was. After all I had seen, Axan was the smallest little speck, and I may never return to that speck again. I had decided to head for Treetop, the nearby outpost. From there, I would plan where to go next, as the new day dawned. Oh, look at that! The new day dawned. This is pretty good, and I think this is a good example of what's to come in the sequel. In terms of board designs. That game had some very nice kind of like mountain scenery like this. It's a nice board. Well, well, well. What took you so long getting up here? A word of warning, my lad. All is not well, even in Fabuliana. Do not have an overinflated vision of your safety. I have enclosed here a map. You can plot your destination here. It will show only the world region you're in at the time, though. The X symbol is the point you have to go before you can reach your final destination, in this case, your treetop. The more places you visit, the more map areas open up. Remember these words. Go straight for treetop and the quest can continue. Ah, more Blinky. After treetop, exit, blah blah blah. Let's get rid of that. Well, can't go here. Okay, we got a nice little open world, I guess. There's a broken bridge. The bridge. Well, that's probably a quick one to check out. Yep. That's a broken bridge. Bridge out. You can also see the inspiration on Tales of Dragons here, too. Frontier shop. Well, they probably have expensive jerky. Torches and food, 30 gems. I don't have this money. I guess we're never going to become a treasure hunter. Okay, there we go. Cannot afford anything. And I have no torches, which probably is a bad sign. Clearing in the woods. What do we got? Sure, this seems safe. Hello there, laddie. You're probably wondering why I'm out in this forest. Well, Algar's army attacked our village in western Mudgol. I was one of the few to escape. But the rest decided to return and retake the city. I never saw them again. I digress. You need any information about Algar and his forces, I'm the one to give it out. What do you need? Why's the bridge out? General Algar and his troops demolished it early this morning. A small army just slipped through before Algar smashed it. He has strange powers, Algar does. All of us are wondering where he learned such diabolical skills. Tell me about Algar. He just recently took command of some forces near here. I'm not too sure exactly where he comes from originally, but it surely can't be good. And treetop? Okay, well, can't go anywhere. Going the wrong way again already. There we go, this is a nice mountain. I arrived at Erogan's mountain range after a short journey around the land of Fabuliana. I still didn't know why General Algar was raiding these towns, but I wanted no part in it. All I was concerned with was the fact that I was off on another journey, and I doubt I'd ever return to Axon after this one. But first, my goal at this moment was to pass the mountains into Treetop. A little worried. Okay, there's still plenty to go. It's just because I vaguely remember, like, I think Treetop is where the second game starts. Well, well, well. Made it, did we? Good. Now you're going to need to learn a few new combat tricks once you get to the top of this mountain. There's a huge monster up there, and I doubt you'll beat him as easily as you did that giant tree. Inside the mountain, just follow the pattern of the caves, and you'll be at the top in no time. From there, you can switch to the back side of the mountain and get to Treetop. See you at the top, then. They vanish once again. Well... Also, I think I'm being attacked by snakes. Yes. These are frightening enemies. The constant sound effects aren't great, but I think if it was just like one at a time, it would probably be pretty decent. It's a good rattle. The elevator maintenance man of the mountain. Elevator to the top is broken, you're gonna have to walk it. What a shame. I also think the combat is easier in this one. I seem to recall dying pretty easily in the sequel. Ooh, wow, okay. If they start attacking, they do not stop. That's the best sound in the entire game so far, I would say. There we go. This is what I crave. These lovely little passage-laden mountain boards. We'll need these. Yeah, I would have needed those a little earlier, actually. Oh, this one of those cave orcs? We'll never know. Okay, so attack them while they're clubs. Why are there just bombs? There's our exit. It's very funny how this is just... Oh, uh-oh, a pit. This is just straight up like ZZT Dungeon Crawler from several years later, and this game is just doing this so casually. I'm actually kind of curious. This might have actually pioneered the whole two-character combat thing. Or clubs and spades. Can't think of an earlier example off the top of my head, at least. But if anybody happens to know one, I would love to be corrected on that. Diary of some sort. Oriole, 23. Alan and I left Axan today. Oh, we're gonna learn the truth about Alan. Alan seemed pleased that he was old enough to go on his own journeys now, like his famed brother. We made camp at the foot of the hills. Things are looking up. Oriole 26. We are trapped in the mountain by heavy storms. It has been 3 days since we found the shelter below the rocks. I still can't understand where the shelter comes from, but Alan says not to worry. The storm is abating and we plan to leave as soon as we can. In truth, I do not like this foul hole. It has an air of unwholesomeness. An unwholesome hole. Oriole 28. Something has happened. Alan found a strange thing, a sheet of some strange metal. It looks like a vessel of some kind, buried below the rocks. As soon as he touched it, however, the pathway was sealed by rock. We are trapped within this mountain. I feel like we found a very similar diary in the second game as well. Lythe 3. Things are going drastically wrong. The metal is causing strange happenings. Not understand. Alan went, help, orc, out of nowhere. Foul things, concert, writings, vanishing, cannot get out. Journal ends here. Okay, so I guess our brother touched something he shouldn't have touched. Inside the box is a rope. Alright. We can use this to traverse the pits. Find the other snakes, which are still definitely rattling. What? Why were there invisible walls? That's weird. It looks like we're at the top of the mountain. Well, 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 heading on up there, huh? Watch out, there's a wizard guy just up there. You're in for an RPG battle. Need a brief tutorial on that? Sure. RPG fights happen differently than, say, your battle against Lumberjack and his tree. RPG fights, you choose commands to fight. At this point, you have only 2 commands. Oh boy. But you might learn more as time goes on. Sword slash. Does anybody remember? There was the move you learned in the second game had like an incredible name. I do not remember what that name was. This attack will always work. That's good, actually. Makes you slash with your sword, taking away 2 enemy HPs. Swipe attack. This is a special technique Rhygar knows. It only works at certain times, but when used it does 4 HP worth of damage. This maneuver involves spinning your sword around and then striking. You can bring down many opponents, but you can miss a round if it fails. Use sparingly. Well, okay, let's see what our RPG engine looks like. Are we just going to walk onto a board that's an RPG battle? No, okay. It's Murkai. Yes, who are you? Let's just say that certain parties would prefer it if you weren't alive. Prepare to face my wrath, human. Wait just a minute here. This guy will require some special maneuvers. To fight him, you need to use RPG combat mode. Just hit X to choose your attack on your turn. When the life meters hit 0, 1 person will be dead. Oh, it is. I don't have any spells. I guess I will Sword Strike. It's a good wizard up there, though. And a good use of having the night sky fade to black for this. It's very clever. I'm glad that music didn't loop in the end. But that was still not as bad as some of the others. Let's go for a swipe, see if it gets a cool animation or if we just miss horribly. Nice. I think that was only 3 damage, though. Alright, well I think we can just Sword Strike until we win. Not the most exciting RPG, but like, by 1997 standards, this works. How could you have built your skills up to such a degree? I spun my sword in a circle. Going fast. Aye. Our wizard fades away, beard last. This is the sound design I expect of this game. Congratulations, I knew you could do it. Maybe they're right about you all along. Maybe you really are the Chosen One. Chosen One? Who on earth is that? I really don't know exactly who you are or what your game is, but all I know is that if you mean trouble, you picked the wrong guy. Besides, I have no powers. My father is not a magician. He's the king of Fabulina. One day I will say that without stuttering. Is he? Gasp. What the? What do you know about my father? Tell me. Not yet, not yet. The time is not yet right. But soon, all things may become clear. Events are reaching a critical juncture, and destinies could overturn if you are not at the appointed place at the appointed hour. Go to Treetop, and all things will continue on their present course. But when and where is the appointed place and hour? It's all so confusing. Can't you tell me any more? I must go now for a while. You'll be on your own, you know. I can only leave you with my advice. Forget not your heritage. For time flows like a river, and history repeats. I am so glad that the text file... Oh, thank you, Mouse. Text file told me that that is a quote from Secret of Mana, where it was also included. If I didn't know that, I would have been like, wow, that's really reaching for some high effort there. Guide was gone, and very possibly for good. There was something in the phantom voice that said that he didn't expect to be back. But I turned aside from all this. If the guide was correct, something tremendously important would come about if I went to Treetop. Whether for good or bad, I couldn't say. I decided that I would head for Treetop with all speed. Let's go. I'm just worried how much stuff we missed by not becoming treasure hunters at the beginning there. Well, this is a nice one. A very good descent. And no orcs. Oh. We're here. Welcome to Treetop. A place where my brother Alan had been going to when he died. Yeah, like... I think it's just somebody who's competent with ZZT graphics, not yet realizing what you can do now that you have all these STK colors exactly. So a lot of this stuff, I'm actually very curious what it would look like if you just took these boards and like de-STK'd them and just made them green grass and yellow buildings and stuff. Alright, what can I learn about Alan here? Alan was a born leader, get it? And it was always just naturally assumed that he would be the heir of the Fabuli throne. But with Alan dead, I was the sole heir. Even remote Treetop might not have been safe if word of the king's edict had reached this far out. I wondered why the notion of Alan's death seemed to upset me so little. It was indeed strange, considering that he was my younger brother. I decided that I would leave as soon as I possibly could, for West Fabuliana. From there, I could go wherever I needed to without having to worry about my father's orders. Okay. The military outpost. Yeah, they're probably on good terms with the king. Oh, well, okay. These people don't actually recognize me, so that's promising. Sure, I will... I love how many blood tribes there are in this game. Hook me up. A unique feature. Does Secret of Mana have blood banks? Ah, it's Orion, I guess. Ah, the fortune teller from before. Okay. Who are you people? That guide fellow was trailing me before. Or, something happened to him? Please call me Orion, by the way. He said something about having to leave. It didn't sound like he meant to return. And this can only mean one thing. The Great Gert. I guess. Which is what? All I want to do is leave to continue my journeys. Why can't my life be simpler? Because of who you are and your birthright. Soon, all things we hold dear, all the truths we cling to, all of these will fall and fade. The world will change, and when that happens, only hope and faith and a willingness to help can save us. I know not entirely, but I believe that this General Algar is leading the world to the brink of destruction. If the world crosses the brink, it will be forever irreversible. Think on this a while, won't you? I really want to know what the Great Gert is. Actually, my dear Orion, I think we've said about enough for today, Yeah, let me in. And goals. Okay. I was wondering when you'd show. Rhygar, this is Ambassador Goals from Serpent's Way. He's here to discuss Fabulion's terms of surrender. What? This is an outrage. Fabuliana will never surrender, and you know it. Just who is this impudent young whelp? Rhygar, you said? Well, well, well. I do hope we shall meet again, Rhygar. Very much indeed. So I'm certain we will. It's really trying to set up quite a lot of things. I will give it that. It's just, it's not lingering on anything. Everything just like comes and goes. Feel free to explore the fortress and just go to your room when you feel sleepy. Okay. Yeah, Serpent's Way's attacking. I'm the chosen one. And I'm gonna take a nap. Ooh. Alright, now we can really get some good food. Trail stew. Apples. And wild nuts. Yeah, I couldn't remember if they said east or west to the bedroom. Well, let's see. Go out of my way. Oh my goodness. Stop. Name's Swordsman. I'm the best darn fighter in this city, if I do say so myself. Oh, once again, I've spent all my money on wild nuts and can't learn Arrow Slash. No, I'm just gonna cheat for it, because there's probably only like one other RPG battle in this game. Okay, you just maneuver like this, slash, and then you've got it. You're a quick study. Good luck. I love Swordsman. Potions. I could have bought Blast Potion instead. 5 damage. Well, gotta showcase it. Rim. Oh no, this is my bedroom. Yeah, that looks like cutscene in bed. Then passage. Right? Hopefully. There's a lot of rooms in Treetop, actually. Yeah, I did meet a dude. I think. Was that just the dude in the woods? Was he from Doc? Okay. I happen to be a studier of geography, so I'll tell you anything you need to know about this area. It was carved out of a hollow tree once. They say that there's a hidden basement in the dungeon, but I'd never believe it. Would you? Watchtower. The northern tower once was actually an extension of this very fort, but time and changing political climate separated them. Of course, Watchtower was much more expansive, with 5 floors and a 3-floor basement. It's been a lot of... Excuse me. There have been a lot of these Serpent's Way troops searching the area around there, but I can't imagine what they might be looking for. And that's where the second game ends. I remember that. Okay. The bridge. Always in dreadful repair. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Tell me about history. Oh hey, this is the guy. The guy from the text file. It's Elminster. This guy who's writing all this stuff down. Dang. Dang. So will this take us to basement? Anders in a meeting. Okay. Is Derek, we must move against Dagon now, without delay, otherwise I fear that our deaths will be swift and merciless. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, is this... Oh, okay. That seems more plot heavy than the other passage. This person is just in the worst spot every time. Alright, let's see this salty guy. Okay, he's gonna kill us. Rest it up. It's a big day tomorrow. What's this passage for, then? Oh! Secrets. We found the hidden basement. Oh no. Creepy Tim Sweeney. What an incredible object name. Well, well, well. So you managed to find the land of the yellow walls. Impressive, I must say. I suppose you should get a reward, eh? Here, take this astronomical score and this astronomical health as a token of my admiration. Thank you, creepy Tim Sweeney. What were you doing down there? It's incredible. Okay, now we can go to bed. Let's see here. I woke to a pounding upon my door. I hurriedly grabbed my sword, expecting trouble. As it turned out, that was exactly what I got. Oh, here's Aisha. I remember her from the sequel. She's the love interest. Open up in there. I order you to surrender to the tree-topped armed forces in the name of King Rhygar Born. Oh, okay. So, they just, like, scratched off part of the end to come up with my name. That's where it comes from. That's like Undertale levels of naming children. Oh. Well, love at first sight. As I opened the door, staring back at me was the most incredibly beautiful woman I had ever seen. I was dumbfounded for a few seconds and then realized that this incredibly beautiful woman was attempting to arrest me. I prepared for the worst and then addressed her. Aha, finally get up, eh? My name is Commander Aisha, in charge of this fortress. And you, Mr. Bourne, may not realize it, but you are a fugitive from justice at the moment. Of course I know it. But how could word of my escape have traveled so quickly? I only left yesterday. With one of the guards recognizing you. News of your escape has been everywhere since yesterday afternoon. There are even a few bounty hunters in the area asking about you. Consider yourself lucky we found you first, Princey. What will happen to me if I choose to accept your offer of arrest? You'll be returned to Axon, where you will be instated as king as soon as possible. I really don't see why you can't get used to that idea. I'd be dying to have more political power if I were you. I'm always saying this. Well, if that's the way you feel, why are you a military commander at a remote outpost instead of a queen? Well, it usually takes a little more than that. Because I'm not a member of the illustrious family born. Now, are you going to come along quietly, or am I? Commander Aisha, I have urgent news. Jules has made his move. He and some of the servant troops just left our watchtower. Indeed. It looks like you lucked out, Prince. I'll have to deal with you later. But if you manage to leave my city before I get back, I might just forget I found you. Deal? Oh, okay, she's nice, I guess. You need any assistance? I'm good in a fight. I could help you out in whatever you're doing. I don't need help from you. Come on, men. Return to your posts. I'm leaving for Treetop with the main forces now. Remember, Prince, before I return. There went a very spirited woman. She had apparently not thought much about the subtler side of warfare that my father practiced, diplomacy. And all the better for her, in my opinion. I didn't happen to care too much for my father's battle tactics. Commander Aisha also seemed jealous of my rank, which I detested. I wished I could get to know her better, but it's hard to be sociable with those who are trying to arrest you. At any rate, I figured I should take her up on her generous escape offer. I could probably be halfway to dock after I left here. Yet I felt a strange reluctance to go. I shrugged it off and packed my gear for the day. Where I stay. I don't know which way to go. Okay, not that way. Wait a minute, this door is open now. Thank goodness. Battle teaming. When in the course of battle, opponents become far too difficult to defeat on your own, it is advisable to team up and fight with a friend. If your friend runs out of life, he or she will be knocked unconscious and effectively be out of combat. If this is to happen, you will have to fight on your own, so be careful. Thank you, chest 3. Empty chest, 7 gems. Okay. Well. Are we leaving or not? Or do we just have a crush on this lady? Yeah, watchtowers are just all gonna die. We know, we know. Huge monster in the basement, sure. This way now. Dang. I do like this dark blue nighttime, though. Finally, I left Treetop, and my conflicting feelings had reached the breaking point. If I went one way, I would have freedom from all responsibility and the ability to go wherever I pleased and to seek out the mysteries of the world. If I chose the other way, I would be returned, made into a king, never be allowed to roam for fear of the dangers, and I would never be happy again. But I would also have her. Dude. Relax. And if I did run off, what then? She could die in that watchtower. She might never come back alive, and it would be all because I refused to take any responsibility. This guy. But I steeled myself. No, I decided. The free life for me. So I hiked off, determined and confident. But a few feet away from the path, I paused. I turned towards Watchtower with full speed. Alright, men. You've got to get to the top of this tower and quickly. Jules and his lackeys get a hold of it. They could end everything we've been working at. Now go. I mean, yeah, this is absolutely the game that gets made when you are playing JRPGs in the mid-90s. This fits perfectly. All are the architects. Enter this place, seek the depths of the earth, and you will prevail. Okay, sure. We'll get some more dungeon crawling. I don't hear any snakes. Oh. Oh, actually, I feel like the graphics just stepped up here thanks to this. Look at this. Forest blood. You don't see that much. You one of the Fabuli? Oh well, I don't really care anymore. You should get out of here, and soon. Something evil is down here. Ah. He's dead. Oh, I was about to, like, compliment this game on how, like, hey, at least all these dead ends have, like, chests with stuff. I immediately run into the empty one. Oh! What would that do? First is last, fourth is true, remainders are inverted. Solve this to enter the higher areas. I didn't write that down. Okay, so I'm sure this is like the wrong thing. First was last. So the actual numbers here are 31322. Fourth is true. I guess it ends with 2, 3, and the others are inverted. Are there going to be negatives? I also don't seem to have anywhere else to go. You don't see forest blood often, because it makes a noise and disappears when you walk on it. Okay, nothing else here. So what am I missing then? Anything else in this chest? It didn't disappear. Aha! Button. Puzzle solved. No. Does that just open the gate outside? Yes. Okay, we're good. Oh no, I don't like all these passages. Oh, they have guns. Or equivalent. You made it here, eh? Beware, all passages are not correct. The wrong choice will trap you forever. Best to save here. You got it. Okay, so I guess this is just a guessing game. Cool. Chose wrong, did we? Too bad. Looks like you and I will be enjoying each other's company for a while, eh? Hee 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 hee. Okay, well, I guess it's red or purple then. That's not something I would have expected this game to do. I guess this is the tail end in which that scene is like somewhat acceptable. I'll try purple. Try red, I see. Yeah, it could have been worse, but... Alright, some jerky. Oh, I guess I just kill this one instantly? Thank you, thank you. Rhygar, was it? I'm too far gone. Aisha and the others are already upstairs. Please, take my heal medicine. It'll have no effect on me. Save Aisha. She doesn't realize the parrot... Gasp. Well, sorry for that guy. Okay, this looks like our inverty puzzle. Use the switches to manipulate the keys. When you think you've got it right, just press the button on the right there. I don't like this Aller, man. Obviously, Aller's cunning was a bit too much for this fella. Oh, this is like... Okay, an actual puzzle here. Well, that's bad. Uh-oh. This is a puzzle you can just screw up. I think it's already... Well, does this just give me the key to the door or whatever? Let's just... And then it just freezes these? Yeah. That's kind of weird. This is green into yellow. I don't want that. That. There's not going to be any way if I get two of one color to ever separate them. I guess is this the switch puzzle? The opposite of 1, 3? The opposite of 3, 1? Probably not. That just seems bad to begin with. That's yellows and greens. It's gotta start with the middle just because that doesn't give me doubles. Oh, I was making some progress. Two, 3, 1. An interesting design, at least. There we go. Okay. Stumbled across this. That was a bit rough. Alright, we're getting there now. More serpents. I guess Rhygar is pretty good with his sword. There we go. Aller's lock. Me this well and didn't respond. Oh. One of them always says the truth, the other always lies. Right? Ah, okay. Who is Aller? I wasn't paying any attention, honestly. Third one. Oh. Well, there we go. This one doesn't actually softlock you. I have done well. Ah, okay, there we go. Oh. Oh, what is your name? That would work. Wait, what? There we go, sure. Are we gonna have to fight Aller? Is Aller the monster? Wow. That's a loaded table. A journal, sure, why not? Mid-year's day. Watchtower's construction completed today. I am pleased that such a mighty symbol of the king's powers is now guarding the harbors of our fair Fabuliana. Of course, Watchtower also has a double meaning for me, as I can now study my magic in peace. Afterlife 5. It's either potions or beer. Something is troubling me about this place. I have heard strange mumblings from the basement. Such a thing truly should not be. especially after my white magic blanketed the tower. I shall have to look into this phenomenon. Afterlife 24. The mumbling had grown worse, causing me to explore the lower basements, and there I found something most intriguing, a large cavern of lava and red rocks. The far wall was a golden door, which I did not attempt to open. What was most interesting was the amount of bone about here. I have decided that I shall study these bones, as they seem to have been enchanted by the cavern. Wedmouth 2. I love these months. Something is very odd with me. Ever since I took the bones, the darkness is all about me at all hours. I feel that I am constantly being stalked, and I have therefore decided on a course of action. I shall go to King Rulian Born and ask for a grant of several soldiers to be my and Watchtower's personal guard. Wedmouth 13. The fools. The guards did not listen when I told them about the muttering. I sent the guards away and have devised a new scheme, although I mean using black magic. It should be considered white, as I am only using it to create a new force of elite guards. Yes, that's how it works. My works are done. I have successfully reanimated the enchanted bones. Okay, that's necromancy, buddy. That's not really up for debate. And created my first wave of skullmen. I shall test them in combat tomorrow. Holomath 11. The skullmen have turned on me. They have taken to patrolling the lowest halls ceaselessly, and will not respond to my magical summons. Bloody beasts! Can they not see that enemies are all around? Ah well, no matter. I have devised a system of magical traps and locks for this place that I alone can break. This shall defend me against all my tormentors. Oh, Aller. Alamath 20. I have done it. I have descended the steps to the basement cavern. I finally decided that the Skullmen must be defeated. However, when I entered, they paid me no heed. I was drawn to the gold door and entered. From here is a blank space in my mind. Winterfilth the First. Something has changed. I feel older somehow, and my white magic is continually failing, even at simple spells. How odd. Actually, I think Winterfilth was in the second one also. Everybody, if you write in a journal in this series, you die. You should not chronicle anything. In fact, the fact that this game is like framed in the text file as being that guy like retelling the events of the Serpent War probably doesn't bode well for him either. It's no doubt now, I am definitely older. My beard, once a light brown, is now pure white, and I am very weak. My spells continue to fail, although the spell locks still function. Soulmath the Third. Oh, so much for Winterfilth. It has been a while, but I am near death. The crossing of the Golden Door has weakened me. However, I strangely feel more energized. My white magic is now all but lost, although why should I bother with white spells of healing and defense when I can have black spells of power? I believe now that physical weakness may increase magical talents to an exponential degree. I should be very strong in black magic soon, I should think. Indeed, I should say that this entry is the last writing of Aller the Architect, creator of this accursed tower. I regret only that I will not live to see myself reborn as a spirit of malice and black magics. And I truly shudder for all if whatever is in the gold door is to be released. The journal ends here. I think we actually got like a glimpse of whatever was past the gold door in the second game. Like, she did a good job of setting all this stuff up and actually following through to some degree. Oh, well, there's a skeleton, but not a skeleton man. I see. So, you arrive at the top of Watchtower, eh? How interesting. I would not have thought you capable of it. Listen, Mr. Architect, you are responsible for the deaths of 3 of my best troops. I demand an explanation. Touchy, aren't we? I should be offended if I didn't have an excellent reason for all of this. It's a good face. And just what might that be, Aller? It's Rhygar. I am here to voluntarily save the day. You again. I thought I told you to get out of here. Temper, temper, my dear commander. After all, wouldn't want to waste your strength fighting, now would we? Why are you doing this? Couldn't you simply leave everyone alone? That's another thing I'm always asking. And why should I do that, when I could annihilate you? For you see, events are transpiring that interest me greatly. Soon, something dark and terrible will be loosed on this world, in but a matter of weeks, possibly days, and I could be an ally to it. Aller the Architect would become Aller the King, Aller the Emperor, Aller the Almighty. I don't recall this Aller fellow being in the sequel whatsoever. And of course, one has to build one's strength. I should think that you two will make excellent test subjects for my powers. You all will know my power soon. If we want to survive, we're going to have to fight together. Take a hike, Prince. I'll take him out myself. Ooh, we got... Hey, I'm not the only person who, as a child, made their RPG health bars curve with ricochets. That's... I feel a sense of relief. I apparently can't use my cool potion that I spent 100 gems on. Let's try Arrow Slash and see if that does anything. 2 damage. Oh, okay. She's got explosive. Maybe she used my explosive? The animations here are a bit nicer. I'm gonna make a safety save here, because this one I trust less to work out in my favor. Lit Bolt. It does seem like the odds of getting a hit are definitely in your favor, which is a really nice change of pace. Oh, he's got a big attack. I want to see the big attack. That one always hits, though. It says it does 2 damage. That'll win. I have to miss. I want to see. Oh, man. Dagger Spin. Mega Burst. Well, there's like 10 messages that really want to display all at once there. What are you? Look, I don't have time for this. Yules will never come up here at all. These troops were a distraction. Yules must be in the basement. No time to talk, Prince. We have to stop him before... Would it kill you to call me Rhygar for once? Alright, Rhygar. Now they're bonding. There was a moment of silence between us, and then... Come on, I'm heading down, with or without you. Please, don't make me actually walk down. Oh, you're making me do it. There's nothing here. There's no need for this. We've done this. These boards are empty now. Okay, it's gonna be the purple passage. This is so you can screw this up. Down that tower. And hopefully now our magical door will open. Okay. Now I bet we're at the end. No, there's still quite a bit, huh? I'm gonna actually, like, look. Every time I move my mouse now, it's like, hey, your battery's low, buddy. Okay. So we did definitely miss stuff before, but we are actually very close to the end. Yes, I will hydrate. Dang. Okay, we're gonna let loose the big monster. To rule the world. This is just Tales of Dragons, but in reverse. You're making a terrible mistake. Uh-oh. The dark voice. It beckons. Whoa. Why did they disappear into blood? When I entered the next hall, what greeted me was something straight from the mind of a madman. Teetering columns perched atop a sea of lava, held together only by weak tightropes, and the evil skullmen parading around the platforms. I had a job to do. I drew my sword and prepared to enter the fray. Clank. That's the noise it makes when you hit a skeleton. Clank, slash. Okay, they can be killed. A terrible blow. I am... Touching the chest gave you knowledge. I'm very thankful for all the health from the creepy Tim Sweeney. Can't do this. Oh, there's Algar. Well, of course I can. That's the beauty of it all. Jules, is everything ready? Yes, General Algar, sir. Soon all my plans will come to fruition. The power behind this door is so intense that I can taste it. The thing behind here will obliterate you. Not that that would be too bad of an idea, but I want to reserve myself to play... Jules. Hee hee. Maybe I should just kill you right here. That would help matters a lot, now wouldn't it, Miss Great Military Genius? And she gets bonked. He would be a lot better off without a foolish little tree patrol woman mucking up affairs. Do your worst. You gonna get zapped? Oh, Rhygar here will save the day. Uh-oh, we're known. Oh, are we fighting Algar? Oh. It's purple, she's okay. She just got magicked. See what you're made of. Oh no, the dark forces. Oh no, the necromagic. Rhygar was overwhelmed by the evil emanations. Collapsed to the floor. Perhaps the door was not quite as correct as he presumed. Rhygar! Suddenly, I received a burst of energy, and... Algar, I don't know what your goal is, but you won't get what's behind this door. My sword began to flash. The door? How did you? You can't have done that. It's not possible. Jules, this is your fault for not telling me of this. I have to leave. Exit. I guess we saved the day. For now. This is a nice little ending scene, I think. Northern Fabuliana. Treetop Outpost. 1 week later, I guess so. Well, I had some of the troops go out and cover your trail. No one will know that you made it through the mountains to Treetop. You can probably hide out here for a while safely. Thanks, Aisha. But I don't plan to stay long. I don't know what Algar was talking about, but any plan he has will probably involve Mudgle. I'm going to meet with Moxel and Doc, and we plan to figure out what's going on with all this. You're not going to stay then? You need some help getting the army back in shape. I figured you could help me out, and... That's not the real reason you want me to stay, is it? Good Lord, Rhygar, calm down. Rhygar, I have to know. Why did you save me back there? I might have arrested you, ruined your happiness. But you didn't. But I might have. You could have let me die and then stopped them. It would have made things a lot simpler. I don't know. I've lost too many people in my life. My mother, my brother Alan, my father is getting old. I didn't want to lose you too. Your brother? I've hardly heard you mourn at all for him. Why? I really don't know. Alan and I were never really close, but still, I should be sadder. It really doesn't affect me, and that worries me somehow. That's strange, I guess. I don't know, really. Had any contact with Orion? None at all. I think she'd left her accent. Probably trying to reason with your father to send some aid to the Dock Army. Look, it's getting late. You should turn in. You've got a long road ahead if you plan to leave in the morning. Ooh, it's Serpent's Way Tower, formerly a meeting hall of wise men. Tonight, this ancient tower takes on a much more sinister role. Ambitious, greedy men are hatching a plot here to either take a world or destroy it trying. Dim, forgotten pass of Fabuliana, a prophecy was once made. The hero will call from glittering hall. The open land is the true home, while many will help. From wise one to whelp. In the end, heroes walk alone. Rhygar and I shall leave tomorrow for the trackless woods of Mudgol, while Amoxel bolsters a city's defense and Orion works to persuade a cold, heartless man. The saga has begun. The die is cast. Soon the world will be rocked by events beyond its comprehension. As the journey goes on, to be continued. Rhygar credits. Bongo sauce. Programming, artwork, music, what there was, story, beta testers, Jaguar, Cliff Hensley, Toucan, Octahedron the Unwise, the Mentos, Electrosoft staff. Ooh, Project Leader, what a quality role. Sandman. Coming soon, Gladiator 3, The Sundering, Action RPG, Rhygar 2, Leaps of Faith, Dark Vengeance. For information, visit the Electrosoft website on AOL.com. Tim Sweeney, spelled wrong in the credits. I apparently did not play my edited world. Matt Williams, The Player. Got him. It was a Nuffy website. Barney, 9651. Lengthy credits. And you, the player. No game over? Oh, this is supposed to be blinking. Okay, there's the game over. I forgot that I had disabled blinking there. That would have been terrifying, I bet. That's Rhygar Part 1. Truth be told, like, there's a lot of ZZT games that try to dump a whole lot of characters and story and stuff on you all at once and do a terrible job of it, and this one is definitely doing a much better job than most. I do want to flip through, because we missed a whole lot of boards. Oh. Maybe we didn't. There's a plug. Final game will have many boards of battle, mystery, puzzles, and one of the most interesting plots ever to appear in an RPG for ZZT. Alright, what I wanted to find was, yeah, this guy. I did not have the money. Just real quick, what's the dungeon? Yeah, this is exactly what was in the sequel. Dungeon under construction, so sorry. And yes, here he is again, Mr. Guybrush Threepwood. So is this might just be straight up the exact same board. Orcish Plunder, Particularly Perilous Passages, Toxic Zone, Ice City, Aqua Cave. Yeah, I remember these. Moss Mines, Lava Lair, and Ultimate Darkness. Yeah, this is like a good effort. Like, as far as the ZZT RPGs that actually are like going for plot, there's events are happening, and there's not so many characters that it's like impossible to tell what's going on. It's just, it all just gets introduced and kind of brushed aside for the sequel, but I mean, there is a sequel, so they do go back to these things. I think that's gonna be it. But that'll do it for tonight. This one ran on a bit long because, well, it was Rhygar. That's how it goes. Thank you for everybody who actually managed to stick around for that. It was a long one for sure. I played Rhygar 2 a year ago, so I have no intention of playing that one again anytime soon at least. And there is a demo for the third. Don't think there's a lot to it. I lied. There's a 20 board demo, then a 20 board demo 2, then a Rhygar 3 original soundtrack. Wait, then there is a Rhygar 3. Okay, never mind. I'm misremembering. This game did have its third game come out for sure, because this third game is over 100 boards long and there's 3 files. So unless this is like... No, this has to be complete. I'm mixing it up with something else maybe. But hey, that means there's more Rhygar eventually. Man, if it's unfinished, there's way too much. Graphics also improve immensely. There's a credits board. But yeah, okay, there are some like blank boards. So yeah, I guess it isn't done. It's just one of those things where you get way, way too ambitious. Because when your 3-file game is not complete, you may have wanted to split that up into another game, actually. But it's cool. This is like an iconic ZZT RPG. The actual RPG battles were fine. They were quick. The dice were in my favor. And I think it did a decent enough job of setting stuff up from the first to the second. Rhygar is still very much... The romance in this is still very silly. In this and the sequel, to be sure. But given the audience that was making ZZT games, that's kinda to be expected. Alright, I'm gonna let everybody go, including myself. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back again next Friday with something that's not Rhygar, and we'll be back again Sunday at noon with another wildcard stream. Thank you all for watching, and see you later. Bye.